Well, today is September 24th, 2012, and we have Mr. MC himself, number one man on the stage, Bud Stanner. And Bud is here to tell us about himself and his activities, family, past history, as well as items about Lakewood Country Club that maybe he's never told before, and maybe we'll have it on recording. Now, we won't go to the courts or anything like that, just privately.
Okay.
So,
That's good.
introducing Bud Stanner, and if you'd start just telling us where you were born.
Sure, I will, Vic, and thank you, and thanks to our production team headed by Dave Cleveland. I was born in Chicago, Illinois on New Year's Eve, 1934, which is not a particularly good time to have a birthday because people tend to forget that it's my birthday as well as celebrating the New Year. And then I went to college in Florida after I got out of high school because I didn't like the winter and the snow so much. And I met my wife there and was married in 1956. Susan died about 4 years ago, but I had three wonderful children. My middle son, Steve, died when he was only 43 in his sleep. I have one son in Los Angeles in the advertising business, and my daughter lives in Chagrin Falls, and she's director of special education for the primary grades in Chagrin Falls. And my career was kind of short in the Army. I went through ROTC and became a second lieutenant and went to Fort Benning, Georgia, and signed up for airborne school and got hurt, and I got a medical discharge. So I was a real short timer of about 5 months in the military. And after that, my career was pretty simple. I started working for Sunbeam Corporation in Chicago as a sales guy. Then I went to Polaroid Corporation and did the special markets marketing. Then I went to Master Consolidated, which made construction equipment because they wanted to learn a little bit about the commercial world. And from there I went to Polaroid Corporation, and as I mentioned, and after Polaroid and Master Consolidated, I went to Head Ski Company, and I was the executive vice president at Head Ski Company for 4.5 years, and then it was acquired. After Head, I came back to Cleveland with a company called IMG, founded by Mark McCormick, and Arnold Palmer was the first client of our firm. I spent 34 years there and had a wonderful time, although I did get off an airplane a whole lot. But we grew the company to 80 offices in 30 countries and about 3,000 employees. So I joined Lakewood Country Club in 1979, and what took me so long was we had a little horse farm in Medina, and we used to go there on weekends. And that's the excuse I still use most of the time for my lousy golf game, that I can still ride a horse, but I can't swing a club too well. My time here at Lakewood has just been absolutely the center point of our lives ever since 1979. I have met so many good friends here. This is not only just a family, it's a trusting family and a close family. All of our members, sure, we've had differences and our leadership has been challenged sometimes, and we've also had a struggle, like all clubs do, recently to maintain our membership and to keep it vibrant and growing, and we're accomplishing that, I think. Some of the highlights that I remember was Russ Umbenauer coming to my home for my pre-membership interview. And it was on a Sunday morning, and we chatted for about a half hour or 45 minutes, and I have absolutely no recollection what he talked about or what I talked about. And then after that, I became a member, and I'd only been here maybe 6 or 7 months, and Harlan Saxton was our illustrious president at the time. And having been here just as a rookie, I got this letter from Harlan saying, you were noticed in the members' dining room without any socks on, and we know that that's kind of avant-garde right now, but we prefer that you wear socks. And that letter kind of set me back a little bit because I just never wear socks unless I absolutely have to. I don't even like long pants, as a matter of fact. And following that little incident, I did everything I could to meet as many people as I could and to be here as much as I possibly could. And along came and I went on the board in, I think, 1998 through 2000. And not too long after that, we had our 75th anniversary party in a big tent over there, and it was really, really a wonderful party. We had arranged for the Cleveland Orchestra Brass Ensemble to play, and we had a big, huge occasion for the benefit of the club and for all of us to kind of look back and think, gee, 75 years we've been here. And some of us were feeling like 75 years old the next day after that party, but it was great. Another highlight.
Special committee formed to plan that party?
Well, yeah, during that period of time, you know, Packle, who was president forever, it seemed like, recruited myself and some other people, and we had a big committee. And everybody really, really worked hard to make it a very, very special occasion. I hope that there's some videotape or something of that party, and I understand there is. And I also remember very, very well the Lakewood Follies, the last one, and I sure hope that our younger members and our newer members do another one, because it is a wonderful opportunity for people to really get close, to display their talents, or lack of, and to have a little show for everybody. And the one we did, we actually set up a stage and had a professional sound guy and a professional lighting guy who I'd arranged for through my contacts at IMG. And every once in a while, I still watch that video along with some friends from the club. Bill Bartell, I think, watches it probably once a week. To see, yeah, so he can sing his Runny Bear gig. And since that 75th anniversary, we're all looking forward to the next one, which will be in 2021. And I hope that people will take a look at what we have done before and will match that certainly in the future. I believe that Lakewood Country Club truly is unique. I belong to two other clubs, Pine Lake Trout Club, and I live in Naples, Florida in the winter, and I'm a member of Bears Paw Country Club, which only has 397 members. Nowhere that I have been, even in other country clubs I've belonged to around the country when I had to live and move around the country, has the spirit, the closeness, the camaraderie, and most importantly, the mutual trust. This club somehow is instilled in all of us to be thankful, to be appreciative, and to honor our fellow members and our friends. And I think that history, although we're talking about history right now, will probably prove that this place will survive for as long as there is any kind of country club environment in our country. What else? Is that enough? I think that's right. Yeah.
That's fine. Says it nicely, rapid.
Is it okay talking too fast? Okay. All right. I think I'm done unless you guys have any questions.
I mean, it seems to me, in speaking with you, Bud, and other members, that really the heyday of the entertainment scene out here was in the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Dave. I don't know why that is. I believe that there is probably a change in the mindset of people that can be fortunate enough to belong to a country club, particularly Lakewood. They're doing so at a little younger age, probably. They have a lot more interest than just the club, as we called it, as we were younger and more active. So I think they just tend to view this as an eating and golfing place, and not so much as a place to hang out like we all do. I know I heard Vic talking about the round table. And I've been a member of the roundtable now for quite some time. And when we're here and when we talk, the subject always comes up. Gee, there's so many new people you just don't see very much. And I suspect it's because people are joining at a little bit of a younger age, and that they are probably busy doing a lot of other things. And so one thing that really needs a boot in the rear end, I think, is our entertainment involvement by everybody. I don't know how you do that, but we got to keep trying.
The avenue of entertainment, restaurants is so limited, much more active in numbers, competition, is another factor that's really come about. And then families are so going in 5 different directions at one time with kids and sports and so on, that the time for the club was not being given really, I think it was in the past.
I think that's absolutely right, and it's also true. I think that the way business just generally works now, with all of this virtual world that we live in, people work from home a lot, and they don't have to go to an office and then stop by here to have a cocktail or to have dinner. A lot of people work at home, and those that don't never get off an airplane, and I think that probably has a lot to do with it.
The aspects of some things that you've seen, can you tell us funny instances that stand out in personalities over the years that you've seen and helped you up and be
Gee. Wow, that list would be as long as both of my arms when I think of the funny things that have happened at this club that have been just good, wholesome fun and good entertainment by a whole lot of different people. On that note, there's also been a lot of very, very sad things that have happened at Lakewood Country Club. You probably recall the Wells accident in our parking lot right at Christmas time, and John Wells was parking a car and had a physical moment that just made him lose control, and he died. And we've lost. I'm at the age now, and I'm sure so many of us are, that it's so easy to remember how many people we've lost. Really, really great people, as well as their spouses. So with the sadness always comes the good and the fun. And a specific incident that I could talk about right now would probably, as I mentioned, be longer than both of my arms. It's a good way out because I don't have any memory. Enough?